Everybody, welcome back to another amazing episode of Fix Your BS, where we talk about business systems, we talk about belief systems, we talk about balance sheets, we talk about 5 major pillars of life: relationships, business, health, belief, and finances. And we always try to find amazing individuals who help you learn how to have a better life in any and all of those areas. And once again, we have done just that. We have found a guy that I met about a year ago and loved what he was doing. Obviously, I have a history in chiropractic area. He's a big chiropractic advocate, but his name is Craig Goldberg, and he is the owner of In Harmony Interactive. He is a speaker, executive, health and wellness entrepreneur, husband, father, all around great guy. And I'm so excited to have him here today. Craig, thanks for being here.
What's happening, Dr. Greg? Pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. One of the things that I really love about what you do, you have the logo in the background, In Harmony. And I talk a lot about vibration and thoughts and the thought processes that people have and how that affects their language and their emotions and their actions ultimately, which then aligns them or misaligns them with the things they actually want. And you made a business out of it. So let's talk a little bit about business and a little bit about vibration and In Harmony and a little bit about you, and go deep into this subject to help people out, find out how they can grow their business and also improve themselves.
Absolutely. Well, I sure appreciate that. Yeah. I selfishly created this business because I actually yearned for what we do. I was stressed. I was anxious. I was looking for ways to relax. I found this incredible modality and solution. I purchased it for my own use and my own family's use, and then immediately looked back at the team that I just made the purchase from, that I was friends with and aware of for a long time. And I said, how can I help? And how do I get more involved? And how do we share this with more people? And how do we scale? And how do we grow? And how do we do all the things that I love to do with companies that I love and products that I love? So it all kind of started with the singular need for me to have access to something like this, because let's face it, we're more stressed and anxious than we've ever been. And we need solutions that feel good, that are helping us to get into a more relaxed state, that parasympathetic nervous system response, and spend more time in that state. So this was very much a selfish act in the beginning, and now it has become a very altruistic and something that I do obviously for the greater good, while still using the tech every single day.
So talk about what the tech actually is, because you're exactly right. So many people live in a grinded out, push, anxiety ridden, worry state. And obviously people are looking for happiness. They're trying to find joy. They're trying to find fulfillment, and they do it in all sorts of different ways, both positive and negative. But how can somebody use something like In Harmony to help get that to that state?
Yeah. So In Harmony is focused on using sound and vibration to help reach those deeper meditative states, those deeper relaxed states, which is very simply measured through a biometric using heart rate variability, using EEG, so that we can identify exactly what state the nervous system is in and what state the brain is in, as far as what wavelength or what brain wave we are predominantly in: alpha, theta, delta, gamma, that sort of thing. And we use sound and vibration to do that. So we use, for those that are watching on video, we use something called a tactile transducer, which I'm holding in my hand now. This tactile transducer basically has a magnet in it, which oscillates back and forth, translating music and frequency into vibration. And we created something called relaxation furniture, which is, by the way, the formal body of research called Vibroacoustic therapy, which is a big fancy word: vibration, acoustic, sound. So we're talking about vibration and sound therapy. And that science studies specific frequencies and its impact on our physiology. And it's pretty specific, between 30 hertz and 120 hertz. So we're talking about the low end of the frequency spectrum. To put that in perspective, the human ear has a frequency range of 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. And that sub or subwoofer that you typically have in your home stereo system is typically 80 hertz and below. So we're talking about very, very low end, both the frequency range of the ear and the frequency range in general. Frequencies go up into the hundreds of thousands, even to the into the millions of hertz. But the human ear focuses on 20,000 and below. And then the mechanoreceptors in the skin, which are what are sending changes in pressure signals to the brain, really anything less than 100 hertz, you're not feeling, or rather you're not hearing, you are feeling. So we're talking about very low end frequency, and that's what's coming through the transducer. We couple that with high fidelity speakers that are built into our tech, or high fidelity headphones that you would use plugged into the tech. So you are very much hearing the same things that you are feeling. And this creates this 3-dimensional, fully immersive experience that makes you feel as though you're inside the music. Now, you can listen to anything you want through our technology. However, the best to listen to is actually music you'll find in our app. We call them music meditations. We have over 145 by the end of this week. And inside our app, you'll see all these different tiles, and each one of these tiles is a different music meditation. And we've got chakra balancing tracks. We've got tracks for different experiences, emotional experiences that we have, clarity, inspiration, abundance, grief, that sort of thing. And then we also have music meditations that focus on the solfeggio frequencies. But when you are presenting the body with these frequencies, you're bringing your body mind you're reinforcing that connection, and you're bringing the body and the mind back into balance, if you will. So we spend all this time getting pulled out of balance, and we all know when we're not feeling on point, or we're not feeling our best. And for some of us, that's quite often over the course of the day. So having access to our technology, having access to these music meditations, which, by the way, you can listen to our music meditations straight through the app. You don't need to have our equipment and our hardware in order to listen to it. It is an upgraded experience, but just with a set of headphones or just listening through the speaker on your phone will absolutely help to calm and relax the body. And then if you want more of an experience, you can make the investment in our hardware.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. I remember experiencing this last year when we were at a recording of Office Hours with our friend Dave Meltzer. And it was really, really cool experience. You know, you had the table there, and you're in the middle of this room with a bunch of people, but yet it just blocks all this stuff out. And it was really, really cool experience. Tell me a little bit more about that and how people can experience it and what they expect to get out of it. Like, what's the end result of that for them?
Yeah. So presenting the mind, body, and spirit, really the physical body, the emotional body, the mental body, presenting it with these sequences of frequencies, very calming and very relaxing. So the chemical cascades associated with the parasympathetic nervous system response begin to kick in about 15 minutes into your first session. You can do it for less. We've got music meditations that range from 2 minutes to 2 hours in our app. And an 11-minute session will absolutely bring value, but really the body of research says 22 minutes, 23 minutes is the official length or the official minimum that you're looking for. Over the course of that session, you're going to feel very relaxed. It's going to feel good. It tickles every cell in your body. It feels super soothing, super relaxing. And as long as you don't have it turned up too high. And when folks start with the vibration, a lot of folks want to feel those vibrations like they're at a concert. And I tell people, look, start slow, start easy, start on the lower side of what you think you're capable of, because we're about to shift and move every single cell in your body. We're about to activate your lymphatic system. We're about to increase circulation. We're about to help your body work more efficiently and more effectively. And a lot of times what happens is that knocks out toxic load and puts some toxic stress on your body for it to release. So sometimes folks get a headache. Sometimes folks, you might not feel any symptoms whatsoever, but other times you will feel altered. You will feel as though we just moved things in your body. So I tell people, err on the side of caution, start nice and slow and soft, and be ready to have a nice, soothing, relaxing experience. From the first moment the vibrations turn on, most people feel this overwhelming sense of calm and relaxation. Most people will feel over the course of their first session, I call it the layers of relaxation peeling away. So you just kind of sink deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into the sound lounge, into the cushion, into the massage table, the Practitioner 2, whatever it is that you're sitting on. You just slowly but surely kind of wither more and deeper into a relaxed state, to a point where when the track ends, a lot of people will still be sleeping or or just so relaxed that they just feel like a puddle. And of course, you open your eyes and expose yourself to the sunlight and brighter lights, and you snap right out of it, having felt like you just took a nice, deep, beautiful nap.
I think one of the things people lose the ability to do is to relax and to calm their mind. I talk about that a lot with calming your mind and just being able to, some people call it meditate or prayer or, whatever. But just sitting in silence and just calming your mind and being like, I'm present right now, and learning how to do that. Obviously, this is something that helps with that. But how has the business side of it, was there an aha moment where you went, this is something I have to do? Or was there a moment where, you were like, man, the business side of it is harder than the using of the device? Or, I don't know, was there a moment of aha that you had?
I mean, constantly. So let's start with, the first one that I had was having had my first Sound Lounge experience. So back in 2016, so we've been doing this for over 7.5 years. And back in November of 2016 is when I had my first session. And it was a phone call from my now business partner, Dom, who said, hey, I got something in my office I think you should come take a look at. It's a new company. It's a new product. It's something that we're starting to push forward. And a couple of people have mentioned to me that you'd be a good fit, and we'd love for you to come down and take a look. This might be something for you. And sure enough, I laid down on it. I had an incredible experience. There's a little bit of a story that goes along with it, but I'll stick with the question at hand for now. The first aha moment was, I love this and I need to tell people about it. I have a pretty big mouth. I like to tell people about things that I think work well for me and experiences that I had. And it kind of started there. So that was kind of the first aha moment. And then as you progress forward, being an entrepreneur, I'm 44 years old. I started working full time when I was 19. So over the last 25 years, I have had many startups. I have taken many products from the back of a napkin to fruition. Some failed, some succeeded. Some were great exits. Others were not. I think that's the beauty of entrepreneurship. Business is hard. Scaling a business is hard. Scaling a product business is even harder. When you're dealing with the supply chain and you're dealing with manufacturing, especially through COVID in a global scale, we've had many challenges that we've needed to face over the years, and many aha moments where we've figured things out, where we've made things more efficient, where we've gotten better. We take a lot of feedback from our user base. We use Telegram. It's a free messaging app, very much like WhatsApp. And we maintain a user group on Telegram. So when you make your purchase, you get invited to our user group. And then we also have an affiliate group for folks that represent us in the field. And we get a lot of feedback back and forth from them. I am regularly engaging in those groups, asking questions, talking about new music, finding out how our technology is being used in practice, finding out how it's being used by families and in homes. So the feedback loop that we get back from our clients, I think is invaluable. I mean, it is by far helping us to really scale, to really grow, and to really make sure that we are relevant and providing value to our customers, which is all I want to do. Like I said, I selfishly kind of created this company for my own benefit. So I know how I use the tech every single day. I know what I want to see and feel and gain from what we're doing. And a lot of that extrapolates out to our user base as existing. It's a really fun process. And the aha moments keep coming. I mean, even just this past weekend, as we start to see new messaging that's working, as we start to see new approach, every time we go on Dave's show, office hours, we start to see an uptake. Right? There's different things that we have figured out that really work to get us in front of the right audience with the right message, and folks just like you as well.
Yeah. So what is something other than downloading the free app? What is something somebody can do if they want to start getting a positive result in their vibrational shift, their mindset, their thought process, whatever in their life? If they're unhappy or they have some sort of emotion that they don't like dealing with on a regular basis, what is something that they can do immediately other than downloading the app, which is totally free, and start listening?
It is not totally free, but that's okay.
So
okay. You get a 14-day free trial. I will offer some free some free handouts. So a few things. The first is our app in the App Store. Apps are expensive, unfortunately. There's just no way for us to give it away for free. We don't have the revenue driven from our hardware or anywhere else for us to justify that. So it's $8 a month or $80 per year for you to have access to that app. That app fee goes towards maintaining the app itself, which takes hours and hours and hours a month for our developers to maintain and make sure it stays up. And it also goes towards new music. So we're constantly creating new music. We do have free resources that are available on our YouTube channel, which is what we call extended music meditations. So we have 11-hour music meditations that we stream through our YouTube channel. These are completely free. They always will be. And it's designed to be streamed through your home. So I have a Sonos sound system here. And right before we started, I actually threw on Unlock Your Voice and Intuition. And this is a beautiful track that that you'll see on YouTube, and you can see that I'm just streaming it all day. It's an 11-hour track, and these are designed to bring your home office and to be used during sleep to bring you into harmony, to constantly have these. So it's not silence in your house, right? And this is it brings a level of warmth and comfort. And then as you start to focus on these different energy centers in the body, you start to notice that you're activating these different aspects. Even though I can't hear it right now because I'm listening to you in my ear, my body is still picking up on those frequencies just like it would with the Sound Lounge. And since I listen to these music meditations over and over again, my body has this certain muscle memory associated with it. So I highly recommend folks go to our YouTube channel, just search Harmony Interactive. Those are totally free. The app has a free 14-day full trial. So here's to answer your question more specifically, I think the first thing to recognize is that you're not alone, and that everybody has this negative self-talk that we are constantly chattering with, or hearing that chatter in the head and constantly going back and forth with. And we need to actively combat that negative self-talk with positivity, with gratitude, with appreciation, with focus, with I got this, and a certain level of confidence, not just from us, but from the people around us and to the people around us as well. So one of the things I think you need to recognize is that it's normal for you to hear this negative self-talk or to have this doubt. It's a part of our psyche that actually keeps us alive. It creates fear. It's what keeps us away from the edge of a cliff so that we don't fall off it, right? And that's obviously different from person to person and experience to experience. But generally speaking, that negative self-talk is designed to keep you alive and to elongate your life. But we need to make sure that we keep it in check, and we need to make sure that we have tools available, not just the music meditations, which are free through YouTube, but also through breath work, also through getting outside and getting exposed to sunlight. By getting our feet on the ground and dissipating through grounding some of those negative ions and absorbing that from our environment, by getting outside and getting out into nature, getting out into the forest, getting out into large bodies of water, making sure that you're eating minerals and drinking clean water and eating good food, right? There are so many different pillars to living a healthy life that go far beyond having access to our technology or to our music meditations, but quite the contrary, that are totally free. Taking your rubber shoes off and going outside and stepping on the ground absolutely dissipates energy. Your body is a big antenna. That antenna needs to be grounded. So it's free. Going outside and getting sun on your skin in the morning will help with establish your circadian rhythm, which will help you to sleep better that night. There are so many different things that we can do that are completely free that help us to live optimally and for our bodies to perform the way that they were so naturally designed to perform.
That's great. And you're totally right. Little things, nature, taking walks without your shoes on something other than concrete, getting out in the grass or getting into the sand by the ocean or something like that. Hearing birds chirping. That's another one. Just being out in nature where birds are chirping. That's something that people don't realize, that even plants react to that. They'll bloom when the birds are chirping. Drinking water instead of, things that are processed or have a lot of sugar in them. Eating natural foods as much as possible. Thinking positively, not just lying to yourself, but until you truly believe it, things are working out for me. I always like to use the death is a good teacher line, because if you think about, not that long in the future, within 100 years, everybody we know pretty much is going to be gone. And that sounds so negative and so bad, but in reality, it just frees you to do what you feel compelled to do today. Act on your highest purpose and your highest passion. And so many people stop acting on their highest purpose because they're afraid of what other people will think, or they're afraid of the negative potential consequences. But for whatever reason, you don't think about the positive potential consequences when you're doing those. The highly successful or fulfilled people tend to do that. Have you noticed that in your work, where people who have a better mindset tend to focus on, well, what could go right instead of what could go wrong?
Of course. And it's a trained muscle, right? I mean, I think that's the most important aspect, even to our technology, is that we are conditioning your nervous system. Just like, look, every night when I fall asleep, those first few minutes where I close my eyes and I'm waiting for my body to go to bed, I'm thinking about all the things that I'm grateful for. I think about my amazing wife that's laying in bed next to me. I think about my incredible daughter that's sleeping down the hall. I think about my incredible house and home and all of the abundance that I have created and I have been gifted through friends and family and loved ones and experiences. I reflect on these things every single day so that I can keep that frame of mind, and I can make sure that I appreciate the fact that, days get tough, and things can be challenging. And look, all the curveballs that are thrown at you in life, whoever's listening, is thrown at me in life. I get flat tires. I got to go to the DMV. I got endless mail that shows up that's junk mail that I need to go through every single day and waste hours and hours of my time. All of these things need to happen. I need to shop. I need to be a consumer. I have to go to the supermarket. There's never enough time for me to get done all the things that I need to get done. And on and on and on the list goes. And I'm grateful for every moment of it. I'm grateful that I get the opportunity to deal with and handle this level of effort and time. I still have to clean my house on a regular basis. My toilet and my bathrooms get dirty. All the things that happen to everybody else are happening to me as well. But that framework really helps me to be grateful for the opportunity to be able to work through these things, to be able to do this, to be able to have a schedule that's overflowing, to be able to have people in my life that want access to me and need my help, and that I can help and give access to at the same time. It's very easy without that training, without that conditioning, to get overwhelmed and to get into a panic. And that certainly happens too. And then it usually takes somebody in my friend group or my family to walk over, put their hands on my shoulders and say, "Hey, Craig, we got this. How can I help you? What do you need? You look a little overwhelmed. Everything okay?" "Well, yeah, I got to do this, and that." "Okay, cool. Can I do any of that for you?" And even if you don't have somebody like that, just knowing that this too shall pass, that you can get it all done. And frankly, what you don't get done, you'll get done tomorrow. And that'll just be that. So you're constantly prioritizing and reorganizing the to-do list, knowing full well that honey-do list is never getting done completely, and that it's constantly going to revive itself and elongate itself and continue to grow and grow and grow. I feel like the more I get done, the more I have to do. But really, it's that conditioning and that practice of releasing yourself to the outcome and simply saying, "I'm going to do as much as I possibly can today." And whatever that is. And by the way, if I run out of steam, I rest. I try not to push it. I try not to overstimulate myself. I am drinking coffee. I do eat chocolate, right? I mean, there's lots of different ways that we can do it, but I try my best to keep it in a framework of, I'll get done what I can get done, and that's going to be enough.
I think that's really heading back to the idea of I am enough. I am enough. And I think a lot of people live in the I'm not enough world. I did for a long time, and I fall back into that habit sometimes.
Absolutely.
But the I am enough, it may not be, Tim Story, a friend of mine, he talks about that. He goes, I may not be where I want to be, but thank God I'm not where I used to be. And it comes from that idea of I am enough.
Two most important words in the English language, I am, because whatever comes after it, you are. It's one of the reasons why our website is I Am in Harmony. because why not be in harmony with the world around you? And those two words are very important. Look, my daughter, I got a 4-year-old, just about every single night before she goes to bed, since as long as she can talk, she's been repeating after me where I say, I am powerful, I am strong, I am loved, I am safe. And then she falls off to bed. And now it's getting to a point where, I mean, she's 4, she's speaking fluently and beautifully, and she just lets it rip on her own.
Awesome.
My wife, when we were being rushed off to the emergency room for an emergency C-section, and she was 9.5 centimeters dilated as we're rolling through, the emergency room, I kept saying to her, I am strong, I am powerful. Repeat after me. I am strong, I am powerful, I am loved, I am safe. I got this. We constantly need to remind ourselves that we got this, or the negativity will overcome and will get the best of you. And it's just a mindset shift. It's just like you said, it seems so simple and so easy, but it really is about looking in the mirror and pounding out those I am statements and doing so regularly. And you will see that it will start to shift. As you think I am enough, I am powerful, I am strong, and you say it out loud, you're thinking it, your mouth is saying it, your ears are hearing it, and you begin to live it. It's really wild. The human word is so powerful. Those spells that we speak, really powerful.
I'd like people to try, because just you saying that, and when you say it to yourself, you start to feel the emotional vibrational difference. And when you're talking about in harmony interactive, that in harmony is the vibration harmony that you're talking about. So when people look in a mirror and they say that to themselves, and you go, I am strong. Now say it with some certainty and some emotion behind it, you will feel this vibration start to build up. And that's the habit that you're talking about people getting into. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, just even saying this here, I mean, right. And not into a mirror, although I'm looking at myself on a Zoom screen. I am strong. I am powerful. I believe in myself. I am enough. I got this. And these words are so powerful. So powerful.
Craig, I really appreciate you being on the show and talking about this stuff. And I kind of want to end it there, because I want people to take this and start doing that right now. Like, I want them to go and just start saying this out loud, and until you start to really believe, because that is the truth. The truth is you are a powerful being. You are a strong person. Things will, if you believe things are moving in your direction, then what happens is, even if something isn't ideal in your mind, you believe that, yes, but this is for the ideal of my future, and to teach me something and to grow. And if you can get that vibrational connection with the universe, man, your life is so much better. So I really appreciate you sharing that wisdom with us.
My pleasure. Thank you so much for having me, Doc. And I look forward to coming back again. Let's do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, and everybody needs to look up, obviously look you up on Instagram, Craig D. Goldberg, and we'll have links to all these things in the notes here. But you can also go to In Harmony Interactive. And what I was talking about earlier, I said app, I meant YouTube, because I've used the YouTube channel quite a bit. And it's a really cool experience, just because I like that vibration feeling. I'm a big fan of turning it up real loud when nobody's home and letting even the walls vibrate. I just feel like it gets to me better. But really, really cool. Check out his website as well. That's going to be in the notes. And make sure you check out the products that he has, because they're really, really cool. There's a table. There's also a what I would consider a miniature love sofa, basically, but it houses that vibration technology, so it goes through your whole body, so you can sit in a comfortable fashion. I know that's one of the things that I always had problems with, was finding, what couch do I sit on? What chair do I sit on? How do I sit up? This thing helps you do that, as well as pumps the noise, the vibration, the acoustics through your body. So really appreciate your guidance and wisdom. Appreciate you being on. And everybody, click the links below, follow him, and purchase a couple items, and also download the app and visit him on YouTube. Yeah, there you go. Thanks, Craig, for being here. Another episode. Yeah, this has been another episode of Fix Your BS, where we talk about business systems, belief systems, and also balance sheets occasionally, where we're really trying to help you have a better life in the 5 major pillars: relationships, business, health, belief, and finances. to where you can live your best life. Thanks, Craig, and we will see everybody here next time.